Star Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
about getting you a solid upgrade.
Like in love.
Do you require my assistance?
I'm Walter Stroud, and on behalf of
Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
we are creating revolutionary new starships at prices that are out of this world. You've seen the rest. It's time you try a Stroud Eklund.
You have a good Havershaw's in the showroom if you're ready to buy.
It must have cost a fortune to build this place so fast. I can't believe Stroud pulled this off.
Welcome to Stroud Eklund.
It's a great suggestion. You know what? We haven't heard from Nev yet. Maybe she has some marketing insights. Oh, this must be Walter's consultant friend. Please, come join us. We've been waiting for you. Hi there. Hello. It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management. I'm actually kind of surprised they hired me, but I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
Have you seen the specs on the Adonis?
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us. You must be Walter's colleague. He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job. Oh, I just assumed. You know what? I'm really sorry. I should trust Walter knew what he was doing. My bad.
Even so, we have plenty of designers.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues. Have at it. There are a lot of factors to consider. Who is our market and what do they want in a ship? Which components are we putting into it? How fast should it go? How much cargo capacity should it have? What color should it be? We need to decide every little detail. Sure, I'm Jules, R&D project lead. was the one making all the big decisions. I suppose I just coordinate now. You already heard from Frank. He's lead designer on the project, focused on the look and feel of the ships. There's Ella, another senior designer. She focuses on some of the more technical designs of ships. Went to school with Frank. Mike is our senior engineer, responsible for consulting on all the technical bits, the machinery, the computer systems, etc. And then there's Nev. She's here for marketing. It's her job to weigh in and sell this thing to consumers. Ah, right, so you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then, shall we? We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money. So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with? While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical, and the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs? And would something that expensive actually sell? It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything. I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you. I was afraid you'd say that. Look, I'm the one who has to go to the board with this proposal, so before I can convince them this is going to be worth it, you're going to need to convince me. Well, I'm all ears because it's going to take a miracle to convince them. Well, there's always room for personal improvement, I suppose. I hadn't considered it that way. It gives us some wiggle room if we need to try some things, and if we come in way under budget, it'll look good. Maybe. I won't rule it out. Okay, I think you made some good points. I'll go to the board with the kitchen sink proposal and get that approved.
Well, Jules, it seems you have your work cut out for you.
Great, that's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions. Well, Mr. Stroud believes you fit in our target demographic. We heard about some of your adventures, and we tend to agree that getting data from someone like you will be helpful. Frankly, most of our test pilots played a little too safe, and the scenarios we run don't push the limits as much as we can get away with legally. But luckily, we don't have those same concerns with you, because you're not technically employed by us, and Walter trusts you. Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there. We're all super glad you're here, right, everyone? We are.
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but, there's always next time. Regardless, I'm excited to help you out. Do you have any experience building spaceships? This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling your ability. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine? I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products. Of course. But first, let me ask you this. What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market? Yes! Finally, a kindred spirit operating on my own wavelength. You see, while many ships will operate to that end, few ships are designed with exploration as their primary goal. It is my belief that if we build a ship with that in mind, Stroud Eklund will dominate that market sector. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me. I'd start with a small ship profile. It won't need much storage or passenger capacity. Then, of course, you would want an advanced grav drive to reach deep space and plenty of energy for extended flights. In order to keep costs down, it likely doesn't need expensive weapon systems or defensive measures. It won't need those where it's going. And of course, high-end scanners and other scientific equipment is a must. Yeah, that's what Jules said too. But at least that gives me something to think about. Thanks. I'll refine the idea and propose it next time, I guess. Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project? It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great. Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. Okay, yeah. Bye.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here. Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially. She's new at being a project lead and has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it. Well, quite the opposite, actually. See, I don't care who makes the decision, so long as someone does it. And said proposal doesn't make me regret getting into engineering. You get me? Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side. Let me tell you, all the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers. Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around. Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk? I'm an engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one. Of course you do. Because you've been in my shoes and you know it's the only sensible way to go with a project like this. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it. Taking a little break in the middle of the conversation, yeah? Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction, and the ship will practically sell itself. Sure. Don't take the advice of someone who's been doing this since all these jokers were in nappies. Thanks, I guess. I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction, despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made. Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. But I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead. Too much management. Not enough tactile work. And yet here I am. Resigned to my fate on the R&D team. Nope, not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am. Right. Take care.
Hi. Need something? Oh, no. It's just... I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even. Wow, rude. But
okay, fine. Just maybe don't be an ass about it. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht, something marketed more towards families. Something Mom and Dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right? I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A mid-sized ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales. I used to go off-world camping with my family when I was a kid. The other families we met always complained their ships weren't quite adequate for family vacations. They never had enough room, and the kids would always fight. I've done some market research, and no ship manufacturer seems to be making ships for things like this. Which means even if the demand is low, we can fill this niche and still sell a lot. Oh, really? Wow, I am... Thank you. Well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it. So far I do, but just between... I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so... I don't know. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have. It's... interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, and you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous and people need to... Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was... Ships are totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected... Take care, okay?
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism. Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me. My hope is that he sees the passion in our work. In truth, I know he values me, but he has yet to truly cut me loose from the corporate reins and let me do as I wish. But I understand Walter has given you much greater control of our project. Perhaps I can learn from you and convince him I'm ready for the same. As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But I do not like to brag. Rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please. Ah, yes. At least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market. The ship should be mid-size, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying this ship and influencing others to buy as well. I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? Oh, thank you. I will think on this. Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product, but since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was... Just because I do not like how corporate we have become, doesn't mean Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks. Then again, here... Two words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept? Huh. Of course. Rich celebrity like Borealis buys shiny ship to show off. Idiot consumer sees Borealis use our ship, and idiot consumer wants one too. I hope that's simple enough for you. See you.
Can we really afford a new ship? The repairs on our old ship just keep piling up. If this keeps up, all our profits are just going to keep it flying. Business to run. No time for sentiment.
Well, I do like the ships we're looking at.
Let me know. Havershaw can help you if you need anything.
Something for personal use or for sale?
Everything's so new.
actually kind of amazed we finalized the budget. That was relatively painless. This is going great. Just fantastic.
These ships are something else.
Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback, but why not, I guess. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfighter market. Bounty hunting and mercenary work are both big these days, especially among the hard-blooded free stars.
I'd rather be in a ship that can defend itself. I don't want to be a target.
I'm glad you brought that up. No, and yes, there's a lot of work out there that requires a capable fighting ship. But the real success comes from UC military contracts, which we would hope to attract by building a higher-end version of this ship platform for them. We'd want to give it strong weapons, tough defenses, plus good speed and maneuverability. Most starfighters are fairly small, and the tricky part is keeping costs down with all those fancy modules. You could be right. There's got to be a better way to pitch the idea. I'll give it some more thought. Thanks. We'll talk later then.
Nice, clean set there. Firing.
Hello, Captain.
Nothing like the cold. Maybe we'll enjoy our strange times.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
Sorry, I'm on the clock. Am I ever glad to see you? We need your help. A group of spacers has it out for us. Whatever we have, they take. And now they're getting violent. Think you could take them out? We can't take much more of this. They're not far. Thank you so much. Please be careful.
Please proceed with caution. There is no machine
Don't go getting yourself killed or anything. It's a miracle that none of this equipment's crushed me to death yet. 71 days and counting. The job was supposed to take 60, but there were some structural... The foreman says we'll be out of here in another 2 weeks, but I'm not... Let's just say I won't be renewing my contract. Free room and board is a nice perk, but or the construction noise, for that matter. I haven't gotten a good night's... Looking for something specific? Okay, have a good one. Nothing wakes you up in the morning like the sounds of heavy machinery, huh?
We're never gonna get this job done with brace mechanical tools. I knew we should have gone with arc might.
Shields up. We haven't had an injury in 55 days. Don't break our streak.
I can't take a break right now. I'm already on thin ice with the foreman.
I don't have much time for small talk. Stay out of the workers' way. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Ferrolite hired us to build a factory. They're expanding their operation. I don't think I'm supposed to tell you that, but they're not paying me enough to... Sure. You can get the hell off my site. We're on a tight deadline here, and... Sure. Later. triumphant. Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets. anything useful behind. Succeed at that before we are discovered. value?
What's the status? We won't be safe until they're all put to rest. That's great news. Thanks for getting this done. Even, here you go. For a job well done.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
We have liftoff. Orbital insertion completed.
Welcome to Stroud Eklund Star Yard. Permission to dock granted.
Yes, Captain.
Everything's so new here. This place is something else.
Well, we've got people poring over the data you collected as we speak.
Versatility may not be what certain customers are looking for.
So you managed to complete a couple different missions. This will give us lots of data to support building a ship that can tackle a variety of scenarios. Of course, if we build a ship like that, we may need the kitchen sink budget, but we'll see. Thanks for your help. Now we just need to solve our interpersonal issues so we can agree on a design. Easy, right? Because I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't, and as long as I'm being honest, it's kind of my fault. I had this idea that we should all collaborate on the design because I thought it'd give us the best results, and I'm not willing to give up on that idea. But it's made this challenging because it made everyone equally invested and no one wants to give up anything. You seem awfully confident for someone who doesn't know how long we've been dealing with this. I've tried everything I can think of besides some sort of hokey team building exercise. So, what do you think you can do differently? Okay, for real, it's mostly been just a bunch of arguing. First, we tried a group brainstorming session, and that went about as well as you can imagine. We tried individual designs, but that backfired. We've had meetings focused on individual aspects of the ship, and that just prolonged the process. I could have put my foot down and made a decision, but then I'd be giving up on my idea that collaboration will build us the best ship. That, and I don't want anyone to resign because of me. I can't believe I didn't think of that. It's fair. Everyone goes around the table and makes a cut. That way no one feels like they're the only one being asked to compromise. This should drive us towards a more focused design. And since Walter asked you to take the lead on this, I don't have to be the villain here. So you're sure about this? Great! Let's get ready to disappoint everyone equally! I thought it was obvious. Until now, that's how it's gone, but no one's relenting. Wait, you didn't mean actual physical fighting, right? Nah. Well, here goes nothing. Okay, everyone. Our friend here, remember, not me, has decided in order to move forward, we're going to go around the table and everyone is going to give up one major aspect of your design. It's the fairest way to do this, and ultimately, I think it's going to make our collective design choices a lot easier. Who wants to start? Okay, fine. I'll go first. I'm willing to cut some of the included hardpoints. It'll mean less firepower, but the consumer can still add them afterwards, I suppose.
You're looking at me, huh? I guess that means you want me to go. Oh, look, I'll be easy. You know I wasn't looking for anything fancy, but if I've got to make cuts, we can reduce some of the cargo bays.
I guess we can cut some of the extra sensors and data collection equipment? As long as this thing can still make it to deep space and back with no problem, I'll be happy.
I'd be willing to give up some of the passenger space, maybe. Yeah, that should be okay.
Frank?
Okay, fine, you win. I'll cut out some of the luxury designs and features. All that gold trim was going to be tacky anyway.
Well then, that wasn't so bad. I feel much more confident we can actually build this thing. This is going great. Just fantastic. Based on the decisions you made, well, I'm not quite sure what kind of ship we're going to end up with, but it should be capable in a variety of situations. It sure will have a lot of stuff to it.
I know, but she's been with us for ages.
I hope not, but it's possible. If the ship sells well enough, the board will have no problem increasing the budget next time. The data you gathered for us will last a while too. And I think I picked up some useful techniques from you to help us work together better. This ship's going to be big, and it's going to have the best components available. I'm sure it'll be very capable of handling any situation thrown at it. This thing is going to be a beast, and I don't know how we're going to make it look halfway presentable. My only other concern comes down to the sticker price and how we're going to actually sell such a monstrosity, but that's marketing's problem now. Poor Nev. Now that we've addressed all our issues, we can move forward, finalize the design, and get this into production pretty quickly. If you could do us a favor and let Walter know that we're back on track, I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Thanks for your help.
Undocking complete, Captain.
And prepare to be scanned. Scan complete.
I may not quite enjoy New Atlantis, but this... this is much better. It is pleasing to speak with you. I feel... safe. Then I shall be sure... We will speak again soon, I hope.
At this point, I don't care what you have to do to get that project back on track. Within reason. I'm expecting big things from you with this ship project. Don't let me down. Not my first time in a hostile negotiation, as you well know. Admittedly, I usually know more about who I'm facing off against. I'm very interested in what Noel can learn from the scans. The technology on that ship was impressive, to say the least. If there's a chance, we could learn enough to duplicate some of it. I got to where I am by taking advantage of opportunities, no matter where I find them. Might as well make the most of this crazy situation. Good to hear. I figured as much. See, I just finished looking over the final design they sent over before you arrived. I've got to say, It's certainly interesting. They managed to cram just about everything they could into it. Honestly, I don't think it ever occurred to me to do something like that. I'll be honest with you. This is the most expensive ship we've ever made. But I'm confident we can set a price point to make it work. I'll be happy to make it my new personal ship. Additionally, I want you to have one of the first off the assembly line for all of your hard work. Feel free to pick it up at the Star Yard. Thanks again. I've occasionally had my doubts about Constant. Until next time.
Docking cycle complete.
Greetings.
Welcome to Stroud Eklund.
Hope you have a good stay.
A pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the premier Star Yard in the Settled Systems. We may be new, but I think you'll see why everyone's talking about us. The other Star Yards have been in business so long that they're set in their ways. Take Deimos. They've been making spaceships since my grandfather's grandfather's days. So we looked at every facet of these elderly corporations for opportunities to revolutionize and innovate. If you don't believe me, see for yourself. Thank you. So, what sort of ship are you looking for? In my opinion, yes. Trident and Tayo both value style over substance in their own way. Deimos is positively ancient, very set in their ways, and Hope Tech? Well, you don't look like you want a space barge. So what we need is chlorine. We need a small shipment, 500 units of it. Excellent. This invoice has the details. Let me see your manifest. We'll unload that from your ship right now. If you need anything, just ask. I have a feeling we'll see each other again.
My business is switching to Stroud Eklund. It just makes sense.
Havershaw can help you if you need anything.
These ships are nice, but compared to a Trident?
Deimos or a Stroud
a state-of-the-art R&D department here.
Take care, okay? Thanks again for helping us out. We'll talk later then.
Well, at least we got the ship made, thanks to Bye.
I still think my design would have been best, but later.
I can't decide which model to get.
Not much going on.
Well, I think you'll find we have some Oh, you've come to the right place. Are you ready to do some business? Let's get you a new ship.
Star Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. If you find any more of the Coe family's legacy, please let me know. Let me see. Oh dear Lord. It's real. It still exists. This is the original charter for Aquila City. And you can see their signatures. This is really the birth of the Free Star Collective. The core philosophy of limited government and inalienable rights. All here. Thank you. If you find anything else, please come back. I hope you enjoyed your visit.
Something I can do for you, love? If you're here to buy, I'm afraid we only sell direct to retailers. That's fantastic! I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you were able to convince him. I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fees. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse them when he retires. In any case, thank you, and here, for your efforts.
Got any creds you can spare? Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that? I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. This isn't a donation, it's an investment. Presently, no. Pastly, no. Futurely, it's a work in progress. Depends on how this fiscal quarter goes. But it's gonna take a lot for me to upgrade. I found a primo spot next to the trawl store. I got a roof over my head and all the garbage I can eat. I can't eat everything they throw out, but I can eat enough. About 6 years. I bet you could tell by how good I am at it. It took a lot of practice, and some work on my messaging. But if you got any feedback, Chief, I'd love to hear it. Good thinking. I've been doing some of the former, but not enough of the latter. You want to know the trade secrets, huh? I don't blame you. It's a lot like real estate. Location and timing are big. You gotta be visible, but not so much that people call the guards. Chief, you're a real safety net. You put the ka-ching in catching. Oh, it's all right. Once per day is enough. I don't want you to go poor. Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. That won't happen with this slate. It's like wind-resistant. I do. I write them on napkins you get from the eateries, and I use sauce packets for ink. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty damn close. That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate. Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
Make it quick. I have a deadline. Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.
Today's not your day. Done. Can't stay here again.
It is good. It is a beautiful day, huh? What would you like to know? I miss them. But I do not regret leaving home for this job. I have dreamed of opening a mechanic shop in Aquila City with my wife. I want to name it after my father. Hopefully, I'll have the pleasure of repairing one of your ships there someday. See you later.
It's a gorgeous day in the space lanes. Always nice to chat.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Hydrocarbons in abundance. Let us see how they have arranged themselves.
Yes? What? You went to a lot of effort to find me. Ha ha. I mean, ha 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 ha. You got some real moxie, gotta admit. I'm gonna give you one chance. Leave. Let some other errand boy do Gallbank's dirty business. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for you, my friend. Why the hell would I do that? Try me if you're so tough. You've already done enough damage. Now you're gonna pay. All right, all right. Took me ages to collect this. But I just want a decent night's sleep. And here, debt repaid. Now get the hell out of here. Bravo. You got to bank their credits. Must feel real good. Bravo. You got to bank their credits.
The bright lights and reflections are almost enough to make you forget about those living down in the well.
Full spacesuit.
Of nearly every individual in the settled systems are so heavily influenced by what goes on in this building.
My favorite credit analyst is back. You got Mr. Maliki to pay up, alive no less. Now this is what I was hoping for. My superiors are thrilled, ecstatic. Absolutely. Listen, I'm really feeling this working together, aren't you? So if you want another delinquent, let me know. We'll keep this going. But here is your well-deserved finder's fee. I threw in a little extra for handling it well.
Yes? Need something?
I got a new job for you, if you're up for it. So chalk this one up to a very fine but clearly overworked credit checker that accidentally approved a sizable loan, then turned out to be murdering space scum. A real black guy, I know. I'm thinking conversation is not really going to be an option on this one, friend. It's all a matter of scale. Gal Bank processes umpteen loans a day. Inevitably, mistakes are made, and that's when I get the call. A sort of fiscal circle of life, if you will. Well, you are really something, you know. Here's all the details, and thanks.
Happy to meet a stranger. Hope my singing was to your liking. Oh, and now I'm afraid my ship's got the next jump plotted in, so I'm away. Fair travels.
If it were not for the lodge, I think I would avoid this city. It is all just too much.
Okay, now I've seen everything.
Good luck out there. I mean it. One pirate's unfortunate demise logged. We're making space safer, fulfilling our civic obligation. This is great, right? This job is a bit of an unknown. A small company CEO suddenly disappeared, defaulting on a very serious loan we gave her. No one knows if she embezzled the funds, is stranded somewhere, or heck, was kidnapped. And we have a lead on where she is. Please, 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 try and handle this delicately. And who knows? Everything about her case file is just odd. I wouldn't be surprised if something was waiting for you there, and it won't be good. I feel better already. Good luck!